Welcome to Tempe Town Lake, a man-made marvel in the heart of Arizona. Nestled between the city's bustling streets, this lake is a testament to human ingenuity. It teems with a rich variety of fish, from rainbow trout to largemouth bass, and even catfish. And the best part? You can cast your line here any time of the year, thanks to the lake's temperature control system. With such a diverse range of fish, Tempe Town Lake is a dream come true for any fishing enthusiast. Baiting is an art, crucial to attracting fish to your hook. It's not just about slapping on any old worm and tossing it out into the water. Oh no, it's much more nuanced than that. It's an intimate dance between angler and fish, a game of intrigue and persuasion. Now, to start this dance, you require a few essential items: a trusty fishing rod, a sturdy line, a sharp hook, and of course, the star of the show, the bait. Each of these elements plays its part in the symphony of angling, and missing even one can throw the whole performance off key. Let's focus on the process of baiting. First, you select your hook. The size and type of hook you choose will depend on the species of fish you're targeting. Next, you attach your bait. This is where the real artistry comes in. You want to secure the bait to the hook in such a way that it looks appealing, yet stays firmly attached. A loose bait is an invitation for a clever fish to snatch a free meal. Speaking of meals, let's talk about the different types of bait. In Tempe Town Lake, you'll find a variety of fish species, and each has its gastronomic preferences. For example, if you're aiming for a largemouth bass, you might want to use a plastic worm or a minnow. On the other hand, if it's catfish you're after, stink baits or night crawlers could be your ticket to success. Securing your bait well is paramount. Remember, you're dealing with cunning creatures that have made a living out of being elusive. A poorly attached bait is like bringing a knife to a gunfight. You're simply not going to win. In conclusion, baiting is not just a step in the fishing process. It's a strategy, a tactic, an art. Each decision you make, from the type of bait to the way you attach it, can be the difference between an empty line and a triumphant catch. A well-baited hook can turn a day of fishing into a memorable adventure. Now that the bait's set, it's time for the real fun to begin. Fishing isn't just about sitting by the water with a rod in hand. It's an art, a science, and a game of patience all rolled into one. And the thrill of catching fish? Well, that's the icing on the cake. So, let's dive into the heart of the matter. Casting the line into the water is a skill that's easy to learn, but difficult to master. It's about precision and timing. Imagine you're trying to hit a target. The goal is to get your bait as close as possible to where the fish are. But here's the trick. You don't want to scare them off. So you need to cast your line gently and smoothly. It's like swinging a pendulum, back and forth, until finally you release it. Then comes the waiting game. This is where patience comes into play. You might think fishing is all about action, but a good portion of it involves waiting, watching, and listening. Your senses become heightened. You become attuned to the sounds of the water, the rustling of the leaves, the movement of the wind. And then you feel it. A slight tug, a gentle pull, a ripple in the water. That's a bite. Identifying a bite is one of the most exciting aspects of fishing. It's the moment where all your patience pays off. But here's where you need to be careful. You might feel the urge to immediately reel in your line, but resist that temptation. Give the fish some time to take the bait. Then, once you're sure it's hooked, that's when you start to reel in. Reeling in the fish is a delicate dance. You have to find the right balance between reeling in and letting the fish run. If you reel in too quickly, you could break the line or lose the fish. But if you let the fish run too much, it could get away. The key is to maintain a steady pressure on the fish. Keep your rod tip up and reel in slowly and steadily. As you're reeling in, you'll feel a rush of adrenaline. Your heart will start to race. Your palms might even get a bit sweaty. This is the thrill of catching fish. It's a feeling of accomplishment, of victory. But remember, the battle isn't over until the fish is in your hands. Now, let's talk about some common mistakes to avoid while reeling in fish. First, never reel against the drag. If the fish is pulling hard, let it run. Second, don't reel in too quickly. This could cause the line to snap. And third, always keep your rod tip up. This helps to maintain tension on the line and prevents the fish from getting away. But despite all these tips and techniques, sometimes the fish gets away. And that's okay. That's part of the thrill of fishing. It's not just about the catch, it's about the chase. It's about the anticipation, the excitement, the disappointment, and the joy. It's about the stories you'll tell and the memories you'll make. So don't be disheartened if you don't catch a fish every time. Remember, fishing is a game of patience. It's about enjoying the process, not just the result. It's about connecting with nature, unwinding, and having fun. Fishing is an adventure. It's an exploration. Every cast is a new opportunity. Every bite is a surprise. And every catch? Well, that's a story to tell. Whether you're a novice or a seasoned angler, the thrill of catching fish never gets old. It's a feeling that keeps you coming back for more. It's a feeling that's hard to put into words, but once you experience it, you'll know exactly what I mean. As we wrap up this segment, I want you to remember one thing. The thrill of catching fish isn't just about the catch itself, it's about the entire process. From casting the line to feeling the bite to reeling in the fish, every step is a part of the journey. And that journey, my friends, is what fishing is all about. Fishing at Tempe Town Lake is more than just a pastime, it's an experience. From the moment you cast your line to the exhilarating rush of reeling in that prized catch, each step of the process is a unique adventure. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned today. First, we dived into the art of baiting. It's more than just hooking a worm and hoping for the best. It's about understanding the fish, knowing what they prefer, and using that knowledge to your advantage. Whether it's live bait or artificial lures, each has its time and place. Mastering this art increases your chances of attracting the fish you desire. Next, we immersed ourselves in the thrill of catching fish. The anticipation, the patience, the adrenaline when you finally feel that tug on your line. It's a thrill that's hard to put into words, but one every angler understands. The size of the fish doesn't matter. It's the experience that counts. However, fishing isn't just about baiting and catching. It's about appreciating the serenity of the lake, the camaraderie among fellow anglers, and the respect for nature. Tempe Town Lake is a gem in the heart of the city, and it's our responsibility to keep it that way. Always remember to follow the lake's rules and regulations, dispose of your trash properly, respect the wildlife, and consider catch and release to preserve the fish population for generations to come. In fishing, as in life, it's the journey that matters, not just the destination. Each fishing trip is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to create unforgettable memories. It's not just about the fish you catch, but the experiences you reel in along the way. With these tips in mind, you're ready to make your next fishing trip to Tempe Town Lake a successful one.